The last time I explored Autogen was almost a year back, and since my focus went to other frameworks at the time, which was getting more interests in the industry, I my I didn't get a chance to get back to Autogen. Now, when I plan to go back to Autogen and dig deeper into it, I see that it went through a major overhaul in the recent days. The frameworks actually got split into two distinct frameworks. One is Autogen, which is looks like will be supported by Microsoft going forward as an open source, obviously, and AG2 will be mostly community driven, which again will be an open source. I spent some time last night and today morning to understand the differences between these two frameworks. And in this recording, I am going to share my findings. But over the next 7 to 10 days, I'm going to make my hands dirty with AG2 because I see some very interesting features um, that has been added to AG2. One of them is a reasoning agent, and I don't want to talk about this right now in this recording because I plan to create a completely separate recording on that reasoning agent. In this recording, I wanted to focus on the things that I gathered from different websites to understand this split, right? So I start with this announcement. So I'm one of the members in the AG2 Discord. So the announcement made by Chi is um, when we started Autogen, we had a bold vision to revolutionize how AI agents collaborate and solve complex problems. The achievements of Autogen since then have been nothing short of extraordinary with all the support from this amazing community. But this is just the beginning. To ensure that Autogen continues to grow as an open and inclusive project, we believe it's time for a bold new chapter. Autogen is becoming AG2, right? So this is 11, 13, 24, 13th November, right? This announcement came in. And now we have a different website for AG2 and a different website for Autogen. The AG2 website is ag2.ai. And if we go to that, I was actually going through that website, right? So this is ag2.ai, and the going forward, um, anything related to AG2 will be part of this UI, and anything that is part of the existing Autogen, which will be maintained by Microsoft, will be in microsoft.github.io Autogen 0.2. Right? So this is um, the announcement that came in that split these two frameworks into two, right? As I said, Autogen, Microsoft as the maintain. So Microsoft um, is also currently working on overhauling the existing architecture of Autogen. The existing Autogen version is 0.2, Autogen Agent Chat 0.2. Based on my findings, a major overhaul is happening on the existing architecture of 0.2. And my take on that is like if we need to migrate to 0.4 from 0.2, it will be probably some breaking changes. It seems to me like when we move from the OpenAI package from version from the old version to the new version of the OpenAI, we had a similar experience. I'm thinking it might happen similar to that, right? Now, Microsoft has also given a clarification on this fork in this link. Let's go through this link and understand what has been written in that link. Um, so I think this is the one probably. No, this is, let me actually open it up. Right. So to our collaborators and community members, there have been a number of asks to clarify and distinguish between various Autogen forks and clones and the current PyAutogen package. Here are some important things to know. The official GitHub repository for the Autogen project is still github.com Microsoft Autogen, right? So this is the official GitHub repository for the Autogen framework, not the AG2. AG2 is now a completely separate framework. We are actively working on and maintaining Autogen 0.2 and have recently introduced new innovations to Autogen 0.4, Autogen Core, Autogen Agent Chat, as well as Autogen Studio and Magentic One. This is a very interesting feature or service. I'm yet to get deep into this, but this looks like what I have been talking about, a thinker actor pattern in multi-agent system. It looks similar to that pattern where the idea is to make the multi-agent system more generalist in nature, right? So uh, basically having a planner and reasoner, a thinker agent, which will plan the task, and based on the task, it will delegate it to the worker agents. That is what I felt when I get a cursory glance on this one, but I need to go deep into this. Right? Development will continue in the open source under the MIT license. Now, this is um, I want to highlight that Autogen 0.2, which will be continued to be supported by Microsoft, will be under MIT license, whether AG2 I saw is still in Apache license. We are grateful to all the past contributors and welcome anyone to use or contribute to the project. We are currently restructuring our Python packages. Unfortunately, admin access to PyAutogen is currently blocked for us. We are, I think this is not important. We are unable to communicate on the original Autogen Discord server. Please reach out to us. Right? So there is a separate Discord server for Autogen as well. Since its creation, Autogen has been a highly collaborative project, and most of the team behind Autogen from day one continues to be deeply involved today. While we want to clarify that no one at Microsoft is involved with any forks or clones of this project, we recognize that these variations reflect the diverse interests and evolving business endeavors in the community. Our team continues to remain dedicated to working with amazing community that has helped shape this project. Now, there are some comments to it. One of the comment is that probably is interesting to note is this one here. I first learned about Autogen about Andrew Ng's Coursera course taught by Chi Wang. I have noticed that AG2 has now become the primary fork of Microsoft's Autogen, with Chi Wang as its core contributor. According to his LinkedIn profile, Chi Wang now works at Google DeepMind and previously spent over a decade at Microsoft. He also claims to be the founder of Autogen. One point of confusion is the licensing. AG2 is now released under the Apache 2.0 license, whereas the original Autogen remains under MIT license. As users and developers of Autogen, that raises a key question: which library should we follow going forward? The divergence in both development focus and licensing makes it unclear which version will best serve our needs in the long term. So this is like naturally, I think this type of questions will now come in the mind of the developers and the architects, and this probably is not a very like there is not a uh, set answer for this question. I'd say it is very contextual. It is very contextual to the use case in hand, to other peripheral uh, conditions that may decide for a particular organization or a developer to see which of this framework may be uh, suitable for to go forward. It may be both. It may be like what I feel is sometimes it is going beyond Autogen also, right? It may be um, I might have to might have to build my use cases using a combination of many other frameworks, including, let's say, LangGraph or Prove AI, right? It's say it's probably depends more on the case at hand. But this is something that probably is not a question that has a definitive answer. It again depends on the use case, right? But this is the clarification regarding Autogen from Microsoft. Going back, what else I collected? The architecture preview of Autogen 0.4. Very interesting one. If I go to the architecture preview, I think this probably is the architecture preview. Yeah. So the new Autogen architecture preview says, 1 year ago, we launched Autogen, a programming framework designed to build agentic AI system. The release of Autogen sparked massive interest within the developer community. As an early release, it provided us with a unique opportunity to engage deeply with users, gather invaluable feedback, and learn from a diverse range of use cases and contributions. And then by listening and engaging with the community, gain insights what people are building or attempting to build, how they're approaching creation of agentic system. I remember I also requested a feature requested at the time to make it more event driven, and I'm glad to see that this is actually included in the new architecture preview. I will skip this because I'll put this link in my recording. You can read it. But the things that I want to focus here is the 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 0.4 is going to focus on composability, flexibility, debugging and observability, and scalability. Systems designed in this way are more composable, allowing developers to bring their own agents implemented in different frameworks or programming language and to build more powerful systems using complex agentic patterns. Flexibility allows for the creation of both deterministic, ordered workflows and event-driven or decentralized workflows, right? This event-driven is something I was just mentioning that this is um, feature request that I did some times back. But the keywords here, the deterministic ordered workflows. This is very important, right? And I um, I feel at this point of time we need controlled flow engineering. Uh, Although I'm not discounting that in future we may move to a more autonomous way of orchestrating the agents. But as of today, the due to the probabilistic, non-deterministic nature of the agents, we need controlled flow engineering. We need to constrain the agents, right? And this is what I think is meant by this, that the framework will support deterministic ordered workflows. Debugging and observability, event-driven communication moves delivery away from agents to a centralized component, making it easier to observe and debug their activities regardless of agent implementation. And an event-based architecture enables distributed and cloud-deployed agents, which is essential for building scalable AI services and applications. There is one more thing that Sinan, I've read in one of the links here, and I could not remember where. There is a feature on agent discoverability also, and this is one of the things that I see is a very important component in a multi-agent system is an agent registry. Similar to the concept of service registry, right? When we do microservices, how do we discover the agents easily, right? So the agent registry is something that I have seen in one of the links. I can't remember where, right? So this is about the architecture preview of Autogen 0.4, which I mentioned will be an overhaul of the current Autogen 0.2 version, right? Now, switching back to AG2, AG2 will continue to build on, and looks like from the readings that I did, like continue to build on the existing framework. And AG2 also has a very interesting roadmap. Let's go to the roadmap and see what that roadmap says. So if I go to AG2, the roadmap of AG2 says there will be an AG2 Studio Visual Agent System design, real-time testing and debugging, one-click deployment to production, right? This is again a very important feature which will accelerate the value realization of multi-agent systems. Perfect for prototyping and MVPs. Um, the AG2 Studio seems to be something like an experimentation framework, which will help us to experiment multi-agent systems quickly. This is interesting. Agent marketplace, right? Same like this. This is one of my favorite features, right? And this is something we don't have to. It's not a new concept that we have to learn, right? We have seen data marketplace earlier, right? Similar concept where we can create um, agents, share and monetize those agents. And the beauty of this concept and how and why it will be more powerful than uh, data as a service or a data marketplace is because now the agents, I can combine both data and insights together, and those insights I can combine with natural language type of explanation and correlations, and then share it for monetizing, right? So that I'll say like it's a significant um, improvement or in how we uh, package data and insights together and monetize, right? Discover pre-built solution templates, quick start your agent development, connect with other builders, right? The third part of the roadmap is the scaling tools, zero to production deployment guides, usage analytics, and cost optimization. Very important for agent operations. Um, Team collaboration features, enterprise ready security controls. So this is the area I'm going to closely monitor uh, to see what features are coming in. Uh, two, three things actually that I will be particularly focusing on is on one is the one-click deployment to production. Second is the agent marketplace, right? And the third one is on the agent operations. Let to see how they're thinking on that in the blogs that I have seen earlier in Autogen that they integrated with the Agent Ops product, which is a looks like based on telemetry. Autogen itself has a capability of like integrated telemetry in it so that you can um, uh, capture the traces and the logs and then push it to wherever you want it to be, right? Going back to my deck, what else I have captured? So this is the AG2 roadmap. Now, if I summarize this between these two, based on whatever I have read so far, right? AG2 is community-driven, Autogen will be Microsoft supported. AG2, both are open source. AG2 is Apache license, Autogen is MIT. AG2 will continue to build on existing version. Autogen 0.2, which is existing framework, probably will remain as is, but zero point 0.4 would be a major overhaul of the existing version, right? And if the migration from zero point 0.2 to zero point 0.4 will most likely be a breaking change, right? And zero point 0.4 will see, and this is like based on again the blogs that I've read, right? Potentially it will be integrated with semantic kernel and the other services of Microsoft. In fact, in one of the blogs, um, it has been mentioned that the runtime of Autogen will change to semantic kernel. Let's actually see that blog. I have that as well. So this is the blog, Microsoft Agentic Frameworks, Autogen, and Semantic Kernel. And here it says, with semantic kernel's enterprise-ready AI capabilities, customers can already use and get support of building agent applications. And moving forward, we'll align the multi-agent runtime in Autogen, which is called Autogen Core, with semantic kernel, allowing customers to create enterprise-ready multi-agent solutions, right? And it goes on to say how the team, the Autogen and the semantic kernel team are working together to merge this frameworks together, looks like, right? This is a very interesting blog. I'll provide a link to this blog as well in this recording. Let me go back. What else I captured? PyAutogen, Autogen ag2, all will point to the same ag2 package. But as I mentioned, the 0.4, when the version 0.4 version will come, it probably will be a breaking change. I think that's all I wanted to cover as part of this recording. I will continue to explore both these frameworks and share my learnings accordingly.